Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to take something you literally see every single day. You know, something you probably rest your pint on without giving it a second thought. And we're going to peel back the layers to reveal the incredible engineering hiding right beneath the surface. Today, we are looking at the humble bar runner. But okay, not just any bar runner. We are exploring the manufacturing absolute powerhouse that is Standout Mats. They're based in Holland, Victoria, and they're creating what are quite literally some of the very best 100% Australian-made bar runners available on the market right now. Now you might be thinking, hey, a bar mat is just a piece of fabric glued to some rubber, right? Well, prepare to be surprised, because the depth, the technology, and the sheer pressure involved in making a perfect brewery-grade mat is actually genuinely fascinating.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap for today. Number 1, the Bar Runner Challenge. Number 2, the anatomy of a perfect mat. 3, under the heat press. 4, sizing up your options. And finally, number 5, more than just runners.
Section 1. The Bar Runner Challenge. Protecting the bar.
Think about a completely packed venue on a busy Friday night. Drinks are flying everywhere, right? Spills are an absolute certainty. Which brings us to a really crucial question. What actually protects an expensive, beautifully polished timber bar top? When a bartender slides a drink across that finished surface, what is actually standing between that expensive timber and a sticky, damaging disaster? Well, it's the bar runner. But as we're about to see, absolutely not all runners are created equal.
Here is where the materials matter immensely. You see, cheap imported runners often use this really inferior rubber. And you might wonder, so what? Well, when alcohol inevitably spills, it reacts with that cheap rubber and can actually damage the polished timber right underneath it, literally defeating the whole purpose of having a mat in the first place. No way, right? Standout Mats, on the other hand, well, they use real 100% rubber manufactured right here in Australia to exact specifications. That ensures you get flawless protection even when it's completely soaked in spilled alcohol.
And it's not just about protecting the wood, it's about real functionality on the front lines. The source material hits the nail on the head here. Bartenders will not use bar runners that don't absorb spills and wash well. It is a fundamental operational necessity for a venue. Think about it. If a mat just kind of pushes liquid around, or worse, if it falls apart the very first time it goes through a heavy-duty wash cycle at the end of the night, it's completely useless. It absolutely needs to soak up the mess, survive the wash, and be ready to rock again the next day.
Section 2. Anatomy of a perfect mat. Layer by layer. Let's move to and see how this actually builds. Because this is exactly where the specific world-class engineering of Standout Mats really comes into play. You see, this isn't just a single flat piece of fabric. This Australian-made bar mat felt is actually totally unique throughout the world. Starting right from the bottom, layer 1, we've got a heavy-duty Australian-made 1.1mm nitrile rubber backing. That is your indestructible foundation. Moving up to layer 2, we have the core. This is an incredibly absorbent wafer felt specifically designed to capture massive volumes of spilled liquid. And then finally, capping the whole shebang off on layer 3 is a super smooth felt laminate surface.
Now you're probably asking, why is that super smooth layer 3 so important? Well, because a bar runner isn't just a sponge, right? It's premium real estate for branding. Standout Mats uses a premium, non-woven, anti-pilling bar mat felt for that top layer. This specialized surface means you get stunning, full-color, photographic print quality. So some of Australia's absolute largest breweries can completely trust that their brand logos and complex graphics are going to look perfect, totally vibrant, all while the mat is simultaneously doing the heavy lifting of absorbing all those nasty spills without pilling or degrading. It really is form meeting function perfectly.
Section 3. Under the heat press. Extreme manufacturing.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how these layers actually stay together in such a brutal environment. It all happens at their factory in Hallam, Victoria. Standout Mats has invested in Australia's largest purpose-built bar mat heat press. It's a massive purpose-built machine measuring 2.2 by 1.2 meters. And during their manufacturing process, they don't just, gently glue the felt to the rubber. No, they smash these layers together in this pressurized heat press using a staggering 3,200 pounds per square inch of pressure. 3,200 psi.
And here is the direct result of that intense, extreme manufacturing process. As the source states, this bonds both materials together to make the most absorbent bar runner on the market. Actually, scratch that. It doesn't just bond them. That 3200 psi heat press essentially fuses the highly absorbent wafer felt directly into the nitrile rubber backing. They literally become one single ultra-durable unit that absolutely will not delaminate or separate no matter how many times a bartender throws it in the heavy wash.
Section 4. Sizing up your options, from standard to massive.
Because Standout Mats is the actual manufacturer on the ground in Australia, and because they have that enormous heavy-duty press, they can offer incredible flexibility to their buyers. Let's take a quick look at exactly what you can get. Here is a clear breakdown of the standard sizing options they produce. For smaller areas, they've got a half-size bar runner, measuring 500 by 245 millimeters. Their most popular, the standard size bar runner, comes in at exactly 870 by 245 millimeters. And for those really long bar stretches, they have an extra large bar runner spanning 1500 by 245 millimeters. Notice that consistent 245 millimeter width across the board? That's perfectly designed to sit comfortably and securely right on the edge of a bar top.
But remember that massive 2.2 by 1.2 meter heat press we were talking about earlier? Well, it actually allows them to do custom sizes and shapes with absolutely no minimum size order required. In fact, utilizing their expert manufacturing capabilities, they have produced custom bar runners up to a staggering 6 meters long. 6 meters! Just try to imagine a single, continuous, highly absorbent, photographically printed mat stretching 6 entire meters down a busy pub counter. That is exactly the kind of scale we're talking about here. Pretty amazing.
Section 5. More than just runners, features, and add-ons.
To completely wrap up our understanding of Standout Mats, we need to look at the logistics, the customer service, and the broader ecosystem of products they provide to venues. They supply some of Australia's largest brands for very good reason. Every single mat is fully washable with stunning full-color printing. They are 100% produced right here in Australia. They require absolutely no minimum size orders, meaning they welcome both tiny custom jobs and massive wholesale inquiries. But perhaps the most valuable feature for a business? Their artwork service. Standout Mats offers free artwork setup for bulk orders, utilizing an in-house graphic designer with over 25 years of design experience. That ensures that when you order your custom mats, you're getting serious expert advice to make your branding pop exactly as it should. And it absolutely doesn't stop at the bar top. Because they're already working with these premium materials and advanced printing techniques, venues can complete their special look throughout the entire establishment. Standout Mats also manufactures printed entrance mats for the front door, along with custom drink coasters and stubby holders. It really allows a venue to have a cohesive, 100% Australian-made, high-quality aesthetic from the second a patron walks through the front entrance, right up to the moment they take a sip of their drink.
So what does this all mean? The crucial takeaway is this. The next time you're at a venue, the next time you see a drink slide across a polished timber bar top, or the next time you see a massive spill, look down. Ask yourself, is that runner actively doing its job? Is it protecting the wood, absorbing the liquid with advanced wafer felt, and showcasing stunning anti-pilling graphics? Or is it just some cheap piece of inferior rubber soaking up space? It's honestly amazing how much engineering goes into the things we take completely for granted every day. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep your eyes open for that Australian-made quality the next time you're out.